Everything's a Coincidence, episode 29. So today we have California church shooting, right? Another shooting paired together with the last one that just happened in what was that? New York, Buffalo, right? So we gonna dive in on the numerology. We finna see what's going on. Right, another California church shooting, right? Another shooting, right? Very close together to the other ones, right? It always happens in groups. It always happens at the same time, right? Just like last month in Easter weekend, it was 3 mass shootings, right? We decoded that whole thing. If you haven't seen that, check out the past videos, right? But let's see if this is the same case, right? Of murder by numbers, right? So far we have a California church, right? Now the suspect was a Chinese immigrant, right? If we take California church and Chinese immigrant, we get the same numerology. More importantly, that number 86, right? Now that number 86 is used to indicate that an item is no longer available traditionally from a food or drinks establishment, right? Its etymology is unknown, but seems to have been coined in the 20s or 30s. Now, the term nowadays is more generally used to mean getting rid of someone or something. In the 1970s, its meaning expanded to refer to murder. And as you can see below, it has the same numerology as blood sacrifice and human sacrifice. Like, what's the odds of that? What's the odds of the etymology behind this number, right? The reference behind this number. And then in gematria, it has the same ties to sacrifice, right? And like I said, it ties back to the California church that happened to get shot up and the Chinese immigrant that did the shooting, right? And not to mention, right, 86, and then the suspect was 68, right? Right backwards, right? 86 and 68, right? Once again, more importantly, with those two numbers, now we have 94, right? We decoded 86. Now let's touch on 94, right? Laguna Woods, California, where this church was located, equals 94, right? In full reduction, right? You got forwards and backwards, right? That's all we doing. This whole video is in English. Like I said, man, I'm gonna start doing all these videos in strictly English, right? That's it. Once again, California church shooting, right, was politically motivated. Isn't it funny that the last shooting wasn't these shootings were a day apart? This shooting happened May 15th. The shooting that we decoded yesterday happened May 14th, right? They said that one was racially motivated. Now this one is politically motivated, right? So they using every little term, every reason to tell you why these niggas drove so far to go to this specific location that they going to. But see, these specific locations are for a reason. But they have to give you a reason why they drove this far. They telling you it's a reason why. Because why else would he go this far? But see, they have to show you the narrative. They have to change. They have to sway the narrative. Oh, it was politically motivated. Oh, he just hated black people, so that's why he drove to a black community. But if you had to watch that video, it was by the numbers. It was gonna happen nowhere else but that church, or excuse me, but that supermarket. Same thing here with this situation. It had to happen at this church. It wasn't gonna happen at no other church. But this shit is all for gun control. It's all for gun control. Now I don't know if these victims that's involved, if they're actually involved, or this is a completely scripted event. But I do know that this was planned, right, by the numbers. Now, if they having government plants carry out these agendas, you know, they using people, whether they putting them under MK Ultra, you know, things of that nature to get this agenda done. You know, it's different theories that could be used to explain this. But what I do know is that it's completely planned, right? It's the reason why it had to be this church, right? California church shooting equals 130, just like Taiwanese Presbyterian church, right? 130 in the same cipher, right? Full reduction. Now the thing about 130, Dr. Chang, which was the only one that ended up dying, right? Dr. Chang equals 130 as well, along with human sacrifice. right? So like I said, I don't know if this is some type of what's that movie, man? Final Destination. You know, where death is following specific people, right? And specific people just happen to be at that place at that time. You see what I'm saying? I'm not sure if this is like a Final Destination type of thing or if this was just completely scripted, right? But what we do know is that it's planned by the numbers, right? Another thing about Chang, right? They said Chang was a hero who charged the shooter before being shot dead. Now, hero and Chang have the same numerology, right? That's just very interesting to me, right? Another thing about Chang and the church that he was at, right? The address of the church, 24301 El Toro Road, right? We get the same numerology as Dr. Chang, right? 59 and 95, interchangeable. They still add up to the same thing, right? 5 plus 9, 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. On the other hand, 41, 4 plus 1, 5. Another 41 ritual in California. Whitney Houston, the same thing. Whitney equals 41. Los Angeles, California, where she died, 41. Same thing with Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant equals 41. Died in Los Angeles, California. California equals 41. Right? Another 41 ritual, right? In that same cipher, full reduction. Right? Sunday, the day he died, right? Sunday, and John Chang, right? 84 and 33. There goes that number 33, right? And Dr. Chang, right? So if we took his birthday, that's right here at the bottom, right? June 16th, right? That was his birthday. Now, if we take May 15th, the day of the shooting, and his birthday, we get 4 weeks and 4 days, right? Just like shooting and the shooting happened on El Toro Road, which both equal 44. And peep the synchronicities between the two, right? The shooting that happened on El Toro Road. Also, 1 month, 0 weeks, and 1 day, right? He died 1 month, 0 weeks, and 1 day before his birthday, right? 101, just like where he died at in a church. Church equals 101 in reverse ordinal. The suspect was a Chinese immigrant and U.S. citizen who, quote unquote, specifically targeted the Taiwanese community, right? Always pay attention to these quotes that they use. Always pay attention to what they put in quotations, right? That's for a reason, right? The day that this shooting happened, May 15th, 230 days remaining in the year, just like that quote, specifically targeted the Taiwanese community, right? 230. This was planned. Specifically targeted the Taiwanese community. This was a political agenda to fulfill, right? And another gun law agenda, right? Like I said, they always got to tell you that it was either a politically motivated hate crime or a racially motivated hate crime. It's always something they got to put on it. The reason why these niggas driving 4 hours just to go to this specific church. But we're going to get into that. Politically motivated hate and the Chinese American man who did it, right? All equal 106. And the man who died, Dr. John Chang, equal 106 as well. Church, right? If we take church, Taiwanese, which was the people that was targeted, right? Murder, and the day that the murder occurred, we get the number 34, right? Murder by numbers. Murder by numbers, clear as day. The suspected gunman opened fire in an Orange County church, right? He was a Chinese immigrant who traveled from Las Vegas. Like I said, he traveled all the way from Las Vegas to this specific church. So it was no Taiwanese communities in Las Vegas, but we about to get down to why he had to go to this specific one. Immigrant, Las Vegas, Nevada, and Orange County, all equal 58, right? In the same cipher. Now, let's look at this, right? If we take Las Vegas, Nevada, what they telling us, we take the same exact information that they tell us. We take the distance from Las Vegas, Nevada, and we take it to and we take it to that church, we get 273 miles, just like 273 the Presbyterian church that he went to. So like I said, he went to this specific one for a reason. It's a reason why he drove 4 hours to get here. Either this nigga was put under control or he was given an agenda to carry out. But it had to be that one, because they have to let you know that it's planned. It's done by the numbers. That's why they do this. That's why they line it up like this. Right? Presbyterian churchgoers were the ones that got shot, right? Presbyterian and churchgoers have the same synchronicities, right? The same synchronicities. Most importantly, that number 73 right here. Now, y'all peep that number 73, right? Keep that in your mind. May 15th, the day that it happened, and sacrifice both equal 73 in the same English ordinal cipher, right? Now, remember this. Remember these words, man. Presbyterian churchgoers. Sacrifice. Okay, let's move on. Presbyterian churchgoer sacrifice, right? May 15th, 2022. If we add those numbers up, we get 62, just like sacrifice, Presbyterian, and churchgoers. Right? We not stretching it. You don't have to stretch for the truth. We're using the same words and we getting the same synchronicities. You didn't see me add S's on there. I'm taking exactly what they saying. I'm taking exactly what they saying. Presbyterian churchgoers, and I'm breaking it down. Come on, man. Clear as day, right? Taiwanese congregants, right? This is what they call them. Believed to have targeted the Taiwanese congregants. Taiwanese congregants in Laguna Woods, California, where this church was located that got shot up, right? 220 in the same cipher, right? And the thing about Taiwanese congregants, right? Taiwanese congregants also equals 113 in reverse full reduction. Now, if y'all don't know what the number 113 represents, let me break it down. Right? This is the number of deception, right? Dishonest, not true, not factual, perjury, mainstream, broadcasting, green screen, infidelity, right? Not honest, fiction, disinfo, illusions, politics, bullshit, OJ Simpson, and divorce all equal 113. And you know what's funny? The pandemic also equals 113 as well in this same reverse full reduction cipher. So was this a scripted event? That's the question that stays on my mind, because the synchronicities that's going on, the man that ended up being killed is very sketchy for me to believe, right? But it could, the other people could in fact have been real victims. So I don't ever want to rule that out, just in case someone is involved in this. I don't want to be disrespectful towards the family members. You see what I'm saying? But it's very interesting. It's very sketchy, right? The numbers that we continue to see. 1 dead and 5 injured, right? Now, these 5 injured range from the age 66 to 92, right? 66, 5 injured equals 66, right? And continuing that 66 connection, right? The suspect was booked on 1 count of felony murder and 5 of attempted murder, right? Felony murder and attempted murder, both equal 66, right? Along with 5 injured equals 66. And last but not least, you know, that order out of chaos that we always end up seeing, right? Attempted murder, right? Order out of chaos. This is them creating the chaos so they can bring in the order. More gun laws, right? These political agendas, these race baiting, you know, headlines that they keep coming up with. It's always a reason behind it, right? That order out of chaos. We're going to bring in this manufactured chaos so we can bring in the order afterwards. This is the 33rd degree Freemasonic slogan, right? So, man, this shit is crazy, bro. But right after mass shootings in Buffalo and California, Connecticut senators continue fight for federal protections against gun violence. So like I said, man, this is what they do this for. This is what they do this for. You know, it's not the person behind the gun. It's the gun itself. It's just going off by itself, right? Because you can kill somebody with anything. Does that mean we're gonna just ban everything? We don't ban cars when people get killed from vehicular manslaughter. We don't ban all the cars, so why are we doing it with the guns? You got to really critically think about why they're trying to do this with the guns and nothing else. Motherfuckers get stabbed all the time in the news. They don't take away the knives. Think about it. Really think about it. But that's all we got for this video, man. Appreciate all the love. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Appreciate all the love, all the support, and I'm out.